come again some other day. Two young fellas want to play. One is Fred. He lives on this farm. The other is Pete. He lives in the city. He's visiting Fred. Boy, where does all this rain come from? From the sky. Everybody knows that. But what Pete really wants to know is, how does the water get into the sky? Well, let's see. Fred sees one way. As the water dries off the horses, it goes into the air. But there are lots of other ways. When the sun comes out strongly after a shower, we can almost see the water disappearing into the air. Here, heat from the sun is drying the roof. Water at the top edge of the puddle slowly disappears into the air right before our eyes. Billions of gallons of water go into the air every hour from the ponds, lakes, rivers, and oceans all over the world. In fact, everything that dries is giving water to the air. Even wet fields do this. And wet clothes on a line slowly lose water to the air and become dry. Whether you can see it or whether you can't, water is always going into the air from many things. Even dogs give water to the air as they pant. People, as well as animals, have to replace the water their bodies give off to the air. Yep, there's another way water can get into the air. The water on the doghouse roof dried pretty fast in the warm sun. This water disappears faster because the stove is hotter. This change from water we can see to water vapor we can't see is called evaporation. No, that's not evaporation. That water isn't changing to water vapor. It's just sinking into the soil. Evaporation comes later. The leaves give off water to the air, water taken up with the plant's roots. It's hard to believe, so let's find out if it's true. First, a cardboard disc to cover the wet soil. Then a jar to keep any water vapor from the leaves from being lost to the air. And a jar without a plant. And last, time, until tomorrow morning. During the night, the plant gave off water because the jar without the plant is dry. Inside the jar. Droplets just like the droplets that form when the moisture from Fred's warm breath hits the window glass. The water vapor changes into very small drops of water because the window is cold. In the same way, the water vapor from the plant changed to water when it touched the cooler surface of the jar. What happens if the glass is warm? The best way to answer such a question is to try it. First, a glass is warmed. Then another glass is chilled. What happens? With the warm glass, nothing. But soon on the cold glass, water collects, water from the air. When this happens, it's called condensation. Condensation causes dew on the grass. During the night when the earth and grass is cooler than the air, condensation takes place, and the water vapor forms little drops of water. The cloud from the spout of the tea kettle is condensation of the water vapor from the tea kettle hitting the colder air. The water vapor in the warm air of the room forms a cloud as it hits the very cold air from the refrigerator. Uh-oh. Now what's going to happen? Condensation. Rain. The hot water in the kettle gives off water vapor to the air by rapid evaporation, just as rivers, lakes, and ponds give off water vapor to the air by slow evaporation. As the hot water-filled air hits the colder air near the ice tray, the water vapor turns into clouds of tiny water droplets floating in the air. Condensation. When the air is quite cold and cannot hold any more water droplets, they collect together to form larger drops, as on the ice tray. And being too heavy to float in the air, they fall back to the earth as rain. Without water in the air, we couldn't live. Our fields would be dry and nothing would grow. Because water evaporates in the air and returns again as rain, we have water running through the valleys in our brooks and streams, filling reservoirs with water to drink, turning our water wheels, and turning the turbines in the powerhouses to give us electricity, all from water in the air.